Good morning, Miss Morgan's class. Welcome to your very first distance learning art time. Miss Morgan and I picked some different graph papers. You don't see these very often anywhere, but they're so full of possibility. There's so many things you can imagine and do with them. So I've done just a couple of things, and I'm going to show you a couple of things you might want to try, but this is a thing completely whatever you want. If you want to use paint, you can, crayons, markers, pencils, anything. So I'm going to move these out of the way. I'm going to start with these circles. And I thought, aren't those circles pretty? I wonder how many different designs I can do with circles. So I went and I got my colored pencils. And I've been sitting here thinking of different things we can do. This is circles within circles. This is a spiral, like you're getting dizzy. These look like little seeds in an apple. There's little lines like I was sewing. So let's see. Oh, and I made a little flower. I thought that was fun. So what else can I do? So far I've done kind of fun shapes like that. I think I'm going to take a yellow pencil and I'm going to make some yellow stripes. I don't have any yellow stripes. So you can see I'm not worrying too much about it. I think I'll go this way too. There we go. Ooh, that looks like a plaid. What color should I put in the center? I'm going to put a blue. Blue and yellow. That's kind of fun. And then the other thing I've been doing is I noticed that the space in here is white and it makes it look like gumballs when I just leave them alone. But I want them to pop out. So I took a dark pencil and I even colored in every single inch of my paper. There. Whoa, that's kind of a crazy thing, huh? And then I took a black and I'm just carefully coloring around there. And I'm going to just keep working on this. It's probably going to take me a long, long time. You might want to color yours in solid. You might want to have yours be all blue and all red and all green, whatever you want. So that's just one sample of something you can do with these circles. Another one is I kept looking at the shapes, thinking, what else can I see? What other shapes are there inside the circles? Guess what I found? Stars right there inside my circles. And I decided I would try and use markers for that because they're big and heavy and bold and dark. So let's see. I think I need a green star. We'll hope my markers work. It's been a while. So what I found is if I find the center of my star and then find the points and I just draw right around them, I've made a star. And then I'm just very quickly coloring in. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but you can see I found stars inside my circles. And I could decide that I wanted to do something else. I could do this in a very light color or a dark color. I think I need a yellow star, don't you think? I think I need a yellow star, and I think my yellow star should go over here. Should I start here? Oh, no, because then, look, it will bump into this. Shall I start here? No, it'll bump into here. How about here? That would be the point. And look, they're going to touch. So that's where I'm going to start. And I draw my star first, so I'm sure I have it, and then I color it in. Kind of fun, huh? And I could go back if I wanted to and get some paper and cut them out, and I could put little centers inside my stars if I wanted to do that. All kinds of things you could do. So that would be another thing you could do with this paper. And then I thought, what other shapes are in all of these circles? What do you think think I found? I found a triangle. First I saw this triangle. And then I thought, what if I cover it up? Look how many dots I had to use. And then I thought, I'm going to try and see how big my triangle can be. And this time, I thought it'd be fun to use my watercolors. Now, this paper isn't very good for watercolors, but I don't care because I'm just having fun. I am not trying to make anything that's super, super perfect that everyone is gonna. I think there should be another circle here for this triangle to work. What do you think? Let's see what happens. I think so because look, the corner isn't there. Well, I'm not going to let no circle there stop me. And you shouldn't let it stop you. I'm going to make another circle there. There. Now it'll be a triangle. So you can see exactly what I'm doing. Now, I don't think if I go all the way to the top of my triangle that I can get any more colors because look, I'm already pushing the edge here. So I think this is as many triangles as I can get on this piece of paper is 3. So I better paint the one next to it. But wait a minute. What's wrong? I need a lid. My triangle has to have a point or else it's not a triangle. There's the top. Right there. So now you can see what I can do with that. And I will go ahead and finish all of these. I'm going to have to put a big fat one right here at the very end. Otherwise, it's some other shape, not a triangle. And then I would have to paint these. But you don't want to watch me do that. That'll take too long. But I could come back after this dries and I could say, I'm going to put squares inside of my green triangles. But it's not really a triangle. It's a circle triangle. Hey, it looks kind of like a frog. Or I could put, what should I put? Oh, Miss B, Superstars. We haven't done those yet because you're distance learning. I could put stars inside them. I could just keep coloring this paper. So that's some of the things I thought of to do with this. I can't wait to see what you think of. What's the next one? Oh, the next one I had some fun with. I'm going to pull these out of the way. This one I took my crayons, and I took 3 crayons. A light, a dark, and a medium. And I thought, what if the sunlight was shining right down on here? The top of this box would be very light, and the side might be very dark. So I'm going to go ahead and keep coloring in my sides. And you know what I noticed? Is if this side of the box is dark, this box, do you see the box yet? It's not a bunch of diamonds or parallelograms. It's a box. If I use this, oh, that gray isn't the same. Well, maybe it is. And then this would stay white. But I don't like my white being super white. So I took very lightly with my gray. And then I took my white crayon and I went over it. And it helps make it look a little lighter and a little more gray. What color should this one be? Did you say medium? You are right, the gray color. So I would keep coloring this, and it'll look like a bunch of boxes all in a row. All right, so you get the idea. That's going to be light because that's going to be where something sits. And I could even decide, I think I'm going to put a, what should I put there? I think I'm going to put a penny. There's a penny. And there's a vase. I'm going to put a flower vase and a couple of flowers. Okay. You get the idea. But what happens if the light is coming from a different direction? If it's dark on the bottom medium on the sides, and light on the sides, it looks like we're looking up underneath the boxes. So that means all of the tops of the boxes aren't really tops. They're the bottom of the boxes. We're standing like an ant looking up. And what do we see? A whole bunch of boxes sitting on a glass shelf this side. So that's the other fun things with these. These are cubes. And we've made the sides of the cubes. We've shown that they are 3 dimensions, are cubes. So that's another thing. You could experiment with making those. Watch this. It's pretty crazy. You don't know what's up and what's down. Whoa. Pretty fun. That's one thing I did with those. And then I thought, well, what if I don't want cubes? I just want pretty colors. I just want all kinds of pretty colors. So I just started picking a crayon and saying, well, here's a purple. I think I'm going to put here's a purple here. I'm going to put another purple down here. And I just had fun coloring these fun cubes. Let's see. Let's put I don't think red. What about a green? How about, hard to pick, huh? I know you guys go through this too. Here we go. Oh, that may be the same blue that was right next to it. Well, that's okay. Because if I don't like that blue, if I add a little yellow to it, it's going to go green. Good enough. What do you think? If you don't like it, change it. All right, so you can see, you can also just color in squares. I started to make a pattern here. All the yellows down the center. And I'm not sure if I like it or not. But I can keep going. And just know that I have this pattern, that these parallelograms, all yellow down the center. Except that one. All right. So that's another thing I could do. And then I said, how many different shapes are there? Can you find a lot of different shapes? I decided to test myself. So I took my last piece and I took a black crayon and I found the parallelogram. I found, who remembers what this is called? There's 6 sides to it. 6 sides. It's a hexagon. And then I had to draw a line right through here. But when I did that, I got a trapezoid. I got a trapezoid. I love trapezoids. And here's a triangle. Here's a rectangle. Now this one I did on the corners, and I just pulled 2 lines down, and I made a rectangle. And of course up here, a beautiful star. I could color these in. I could cut them out. I'm wondering what you could make with these by connecting different lines. Have fun. All right, the last but not least, this one was the craziest. I took this and it reminded me of a game board. So I decided to start at the top and I make a path all the way to the bottom and then count the triangles and see how many triangles are on my path. So you can see I've numbered them here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's like a big maze. It almost looks like a game board. And the longest I could make it was 97. Now, some of you might be able to figure out a way that's even longer. Not everyone can count to 97, so don't worry about it. You could always just do them in groups of 10 and start over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can see how many 10s it took you to make. Anyway, that was one idea. And then I thought, what's the least amount I can do to get from the top to the bottom? And you know what? I don't know. So I'm going to start up here because that's the top. And I want to end down here on the bottom. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. This will be number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. I don't think you could get down that whole pathway in less than 27. If some of you want to try it, you let me know how it works. Now the hard part is my numbers aren't going to show on the purple. So here's the other challenge. Can I get from here to the bottom in 33 triangles? Can I get from here to the bottom by only using 67 triangles? It's a puzzle. Have fun and give it a try. Make your own pattern, make your own path. Have fun counting. All right, and then the very last one that I thought to do with this is I started wondering how many different lines can I make in a triangle and get more triangles. So here's what I noticed, is if at the top of a triangle, if you draw a line straight down to the center of the triangle, here's the whole triangle, here's the center and here's the top, I get 2 triangles that are mirrors of each other. But what would happen if I went from the middle to the middle and made a bottom triangle here? Now that, oh, maybe it will work from here to here and here to here. Look at that. So now I have 4 triangles inside of one triangle. Can I do it again here? Let's see. Oh, here in the middle, come down to the middle. Now I counted this. I thought I had 4 triangles inside, but I don't. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 triangles inside of one tiny triangle. So if I went crazy and kept doing that, I'd be blind. So what I'm going to do now is just have fun and color in my little triangles. And I might just keep doing this all night long and fill in my whole paper. I wouldn't do it in one sitting. I think I would do a little bit and then take a break and go play. And then I'd come back to it and do a little bit more and go take a break and come play. Maybe eat some lunch or a snack. Have fun with your pencils, your crayons, and your paint. See you next time.